Authorities Julie Durda and Luke Doris standing by. Julie, do we have an update?
Not quite yet, but we want to remind you that the National Hurricane Center is working tirelessly on 3 systems in the Atlantic Basin. So there's a lot of information coming out of their office, and obviously not just for what we're watching as Category 5 Hurricane Irma, but we're not the only ones watching this system. The nation is watching this system. I have friends that are meteorologists from California to Utah to the Northeast that are writing me moment to moment asking for each and every advisory as well. So as soon as the advisory comes in, it looks as though we possibly got it. Did we get it? Yes. Let's see. All right. All right, so let's see with the new advisory. Our graphic should be updating in just a second. So the eye of Irma continues to move over portions of the northern half of Cuba right along the coastline. It is now a Category 4 hurricane with maximum wind speeds of 155 miles per hour. The pressure, very similar to what we saw before, 930 miles per hour. It has picked up speed just a bit, now moving to the west-northwest at 19 miles per hour. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, they have not changed the watches and warnings as we are continuing to watch the system spin over the northern half of Cuba. There you go. Our 5 a.m. advisory is in. I'm going to talk a little bit more over the satellite because that means it's going to take a little bit more time for us to get the forecast cone. And we know that that is the one thing all eyes are on, unfortunately, because it will be headed our way. Besides watching our friends, unfortunately, deal with a major hurricane over portions of Cuba. And it's been sitting there for quite some time. And they dealt with landfall as a Category 5 hurricane. Cuba made landfall last night at 11 o'clock as a Category 5 hurricane. The last time they saw a Category 5 hurricane was back in 1924. So here's the forecast path. Let's see if anything has changed. It looks as though they are keeping the system basically hugging the northern edge of Cuba for a little bit longer. And the forecast path has the system right over portions of northern Cuba till 2 a.m. on Sunday. And that's different compared to what we saw in the last forecast cone. They did have it pushing off Cuba a bit sooner. So more time on Cuba in the northern half of Cuba before it does make its way to possibly making landfall right over Key West, the lower Keys. Again, this is the one thing we've noticed, the trend. It seems as though the models have pretty much pushed it more towards the west. I do want to draw your attention that it looks as though most of Miami-Dade and parts of Broward are out of the forecast cone, but I don't want you to think that that means we're not going to feel the effects of Hurricane Irma. The system is so large and so intense. We are going to be still dealing with the effects of Hurricane Irma, and we still need to wait because, you know, this cone has been shifting from the east to the west. And the models have been shifting from the east to the west, and it's all dependent on the time that Hurricane Irma does push off the northern half of Cuba. But regardless, it looks as though we are still dealing with the possible landfall of a Category 4 hurricane in the lower Keys, and that's something that is going to be devastating. So we all need to plan and stay prepared for what's coming our way. Our friends in Cuba dealing with hurricane force winds, tropical storm force winds, a life-threatening storm surge. And we can almost see the eye from our satellite and radar composite here. Our local Doppler radar is showing heavy rain and gusty winds already moving into parts of the Keys. Look at the upper Keys getting slammed with another rain band. Moderate to heavy rain from Key Largo all the way up towards Key Homestead, that is Cutler Bay. US 1 getting soaked. Island Murata all the way in towards Marathon. This is very heavy rainfall, and you're also hearing the rumbles of thunder because we're seeing some lightning strikes embedded in these showers and storms that are moving on shore. As we head towards Key West, the friends we were talking to down there about to get hit with some moderate to heavy rain as well. Widening the view, I need to remind you we are under a flood watch here in South Florida until Monday at 8 p.m. That's because we are expecting a lot of rain in a limited amount of time. Our rain forecast is possibly anywhere between 15 to 20 inches with isolated areas even more, possibly 25 inches. Also want to bring your attention to the models. Remember, the forecast cone follows the model run, and it looks as though they're definitely seeing the possibility of a Category 4 hurricane making landfall in the lower Keys and then sliding up the west coast of Florida. Unlike days before, days in the past, we've been seeing the model take it up the east coast. So again, there's still possible time for things to change. We want to all be prepared for what's coming our way. We know for a fact we'll be dealing with hurricane force winds, so a hurricane warning has been extended all the way up towards Tampa as the system is so large. Hurricane force winds extend out from the center 70 miles. So you can see as the system does finally push off the northern half of Cuba, all of the Keys, most of South Florida will be dealing with hurricane force winds. We'll all be dealing with tropical storm force winds as they extend out from the center 185 miles. So here's the forecast, we are expecting to possibly deal with hurricane force winds for 14 hours as the system does approach the Keys. Strong tropical storm force winds this weekend for 21 hours, and just regular tropical storm force winds, which could still be damaging in some areas, 39 to 57 miles per hour for 39 hours. This system is going to hang around for quite some time. Now, with the new advisory, it did definitely bring some attention to us, making sure that we're staying prepared for sustained tropical storm force winds later today and hurricane force winds by tonight and into tomorrow morning. Again, increasing chance of thunderstorms. Embedded in those thunderstorms, we could see the possibility of tornadic activity. So we want to keep you posted. You need to stay indoors. All your preparation should be done by now, as the winds are going to pick up and the rain's going to move in. And we're also still going to deal with life-threatening storm surge. I'm going to toss it over to Luke Doris, who's going to have a lot more on the winds and the rain that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, we are. We're going to have some gusty showers this morning, and these outer bands starting to make their way into South Florida. Not the main hurricane yet. This is just something that we're going to see throughout the day, and it's going to increase, of course, the closer that Irma gets to us. Let me start you out. We're going to go through a little bit of analysis. I want to show you kind of what we see behind the scenes and possibly what's played into this National Hurricane Center forecast cone. We see this adjustment, and maybe we can talk about why. So there is the hurricane, now a Category 4 and a strong Category 4, only 2 miles per hour below the threshold for Category 5, I should say. And the eye right now, you can see it skirting right along the northern coast of Cuba, and it's sped up, as Julie just said. Now, eventually later on today, it's going to end up on the northern shore of Cuba. But before we get there, compare the size of Hurricane Irma, with the size of equally as powerful Category 4 Hurricane Jose. That's just making a big threat toward the Leeward Islands. So what's happening? The high pressure, that's strengthened compared to previous forecasts. We saw the forecast cone shift westward with the 11 o'clock advisory. It shifted westward again with this 5 a.m. advisory. And so that's a big player. The next thing that's going to happen again is Hurricane Irma runs toward the northern shore of Cuba, and at some point it will depart. When it does, when it departs that northern shore, the question is, how quickly does this low, which spins the opposite way, start to interact with Irma and push it to the north? That northern turn is everything to the path with this. So the sooner that it moves off the shore, then the sooner that it would move to the north, and that would be on the right side of the forecast cone. Right now, that forecast, the National Hurricane Center official forecast, though we don't like to follow that line, it runs more toward the west side of the peninsula, and then the west side of the cone, the very left side of the cone, if it were to take that path, it would be out into the Gulf. That would be with a later departure and a steeper or a less steep angle, I should say. So let's look at, we noticed this, Julie and I saw this morning. The European Global Model is one of the many models that has had this trend further west. Now notice how it has the hurricane moving right along that northern shore, and then watch this movement north. This is by early on Sunday morning, before sunrise on Sunday, and then it goes northward toward the Keys. The Keys still certainly under the threat of a direct impact from this hurricane as it moves northward. That's Sunday at 3 p.m. And now running along the western coast of Florida, right up along, we'd be talking about Naples and Cape Coral and Marco Island, some of those locations, and then moving even further north toward Tampa and so on as we get into our Sunday night and Monday morning. So, you know, the question with that is, again, the departure time, and I think some of us are going to see that, and one think that we're not going to be impacted on the southeast side. The wind threat will diminish if that trend does hold in eastern Nebraska. I say diminish only slightly because it went from an extreme to high for the coastal metro. So for for Miami and for Fort Lauderdale, we would still have hurricane force winds.
Yes.
We wouldn't have, and we're out of the forecast cone right now for a direct impact from the eye in Fort Lauderdale and in Miami. But still, you can be close to that and have very strong winds. So, you know, there are a couple things here, Julie, that stand out to me. One is that, and then the second one is the potential for those that are in southwest Florida. Right. All the focus has been on Miami and Fort Lauderdale and the Keys here, especially recently. Now that it's going possibly a little bit further west, are those people ready?
Right. I mean, we only hope the whole state of Florida has been prepared for this, as we've been talking about it for the last few days. So I want to turn your attention back to pull up graphics 41, because this is the actual cone we're talking about. Jason, Eric, I'd like you guys to tune in and tell me what you think.
Well, we have a question right now. I mean, I think that's great for the most populous areas in South Florida, in Miami-Dade County and Broward County, that we're not in the cone. That's fantastic. But you guys made the distinction of what that means in terms of the eye. What I want to know right now, what is happening to the Keys? Because this, when we showed all the pictures of all the other islands in the Caribbean, just gone. Is that what the Keys are facing right now?
Possibly, because it will be a Category 4 hurricane making landfall of winds of 150, maybe even a strong Category 3 hurricane as it approaches the Keys. But unfortunately, our friends in the middle and the lower Keys are going to see the worst as the system. It looks as though the last 4 models and last 4 cones we've seen have almost every single time showed landfall by the lower Keys. And that is going to be the devastation that's going to come apart as we get closer to the next 12 to 24 hours. If the system does right along the northern fringe of Cuba as long as it's supposed to, and then takes that north track, all because of those 2 elements we've been talking about. And this European model really shows that distinct turn to the north and the timing, and unfortunately it's staying as a major hurricane about to make landfall somewhere near the lower Keys. And that's been the trend. So it is very disappointing. It's sad, but at least we have prepared everybody, and everybody down there knows what we are expecting as the system does approach the Keys.
Yeah, this storm is no joke for the Florida Keys. No. It's no joke.
Wow.
You know, as you look at that cone, and again, we talk about that with the understanding that that cone is not exclusive to the challenges that we are going to face, and looking at it that way would be a big mistake. But as far out as those hurricane force winds extend, 70 miles is what you've said, you look at the pathway that it is taking, it will certainly leave us here susceptible to a whole lot of really nasty winds, but all the way up, Tampa, Orlando, extending all the way. You think about all the people who evacuated, who left here.
Right.
Their pathways all the way are going to be challenging as this storm moves its way north.
But I have to say, since Tuesday, our team, you guys, have been saying this is a Florida storm. Every single major city in Florida had to be prepared for it.
Yeah, we have, and the governor stated that. We have not been shy about that because we knew the storm was so large. So hopefully everybody in the southwestern half of our state has prepared, because they have seen how large the system is. Again, if you go to graphics 41, we'll show you, it looks as though on this last advisory, we'll have to update it, but they did mention that tropical storm force winds now extend out 197 miles from 197 miles from the center that you're seeing in the middle of your screen, the little 4 icon. 190 miles out, we're dealing with tropical storm force winds. Remember, our 39-mile-per-hour winds up to 74-mile-per-hour winds, and hurricane force winds extend 70 miles out from that center. So, I mean, we're not in the clear at all in Miami-Dade and Broward. We're still going to see the effects of the system. But unfortunately, it looks as though the worst that could happen is going to happen. It's going to definitely be a possible landfall in the lower Keys. Now, Key West or Big Pine Key, you know, we don't know quite yet which actual key it's going to be until the system does push off the northern fringe of Cuba and the National Hurricane Center decides on which path it's going to go, if it's going to stay right over Key West or over Marathon or possibly Big Pine Key, or split the difference.